What is going on, guys? In today's video I will show you the best builds tier list in New World Season 10. This new update dropped a ton of balance changes, new infixes, artifact reworks and set bonuses that completely changed the meta. We've got infix perks that buff light and heavy attacks at a close range, then alternating enhancements that reward mixing abilities with the basics, and then enraged set by turning melee DPS into absolute monsters. Even some ranged favorites like the Blunderbuss, Musket and the bow got ridiculous synergy potential and smoother combo chains thanks to the recent animation and stamina updates and much more. So let's take a look at the D tier, and for our first build we got the Great Axe with the Life Staff. This is a true Frankenstein setup. It got heavy AoV clumping potential from the Great Axe, but pairing it with the Life Staff will split your identity. Season 10 did not help it, and power scaling does not favor hybrids, and healing ignores most of the weapon perks. You're either a healer missing DPS or a bruiser without a sustain. This build is fun for open worlds or farming mobs, but not in competitive endgame content. Next we have Spear with the sword and shield. This build has defensive instincts but no direction. Spear will thrive on precision and the crowd control, while the sword with shield excels at holding the ground. The new Fortify buffs make you bulkier, yet without meaningful bursts, the fights will drag on forever. You will live a long time, but you won't kill anything. This build only works for 1v1 trolling, but for anything else it's pretty bad. Next we have Spear with the Life Staff. The hybrid support type of players have dreamed of the Battle Cleric forever, but the meta still does not support it. The new Empower Loss mechanic will punish swapping between the offense and healing, and the spear does not scale from the focus. This is a creative build, but unless you've got an artifact that brings strength and the focus together, then it will stay experimental. And lastly we have the Sword and Shield with the Life Staff. This is a classic paladin build, unkillable but also unthreatening. Season's 10 Fortify stacking helps you to stand on objectives longer, but the damage output remains incredibly little. It's great for defending points in wars or tanking mutations when no one else wants to, but don't expect to do even a decent amount of DPS. So now we've come to the C tier, and for the first build we have the bow with the Void Gauntlet. This debuffer ranged concept sounds amazing. You weaken enemies and shoot them down, but in practice both weapons want distance, and both will require constant repositioning. Season's 10 Gravity Well Bow artifact will add some crowd control, but you're just juggling cooldowns more than contributing to a burst. Still, in coordinated wars, this can help to set up allies by layering in slows and avoid zones. Next we have the Greatsword with the Musket. This build got powerful tools, but with opposite goals. The Greatsword dives, while the Musket snipes. You're constantly picking between aggression and safety. Musket's new crit-based dots will give steady chip damage, and in PvE it's decent for bosses that phase in and out of range. But in PvP, being half committed to melee and ranged leaves you getting punished by more optimized builds. Next we have the Spear with the Rapier. This build is elegant, mechanical and punishing. Both weapons rely on stamina management and spacing. Season 10 slightly improved stamina regen by letting you chain dodges more reliably. This build rewards perfect timing, so using the Rapier's evade to reposition into the vault kick. Still, just one mistimed dodge or missed parry and you're deleted. And last but not least we have the Rapier with the Flail. It's a brand new synergy this season and it's surprisingly fun. The Flail's impair stacks will boost your ability output, while the Rapier provides bleeding finishers and defensive options. The two will combine into a quick and reactive dueling style that rewards timing and awareness. This build still lacks large AoV damage, but in small fights you will feel stylish and slippery. Then now we've come to the B tier, which builds are solid all-rounders. First we got the Warhammer with the bow. On paper it's nonsense, but in practice it's a crowd control chaos. We are going to open with the bow arrows, then dive in with the shockwave and the wrecking ball when enemies are clumped up. Seasons 10 increase the rain duration, meaning that your allies will benefit longer. This build is hard to master due to the melee to range swap delay, but lethal when executed correctly. Next we have bow and a hatchet. This one is high mobility and self-sustain in one package. The bow pressures enemies from afar, while hatchet gives you healing and defy death safety. Season's 10 Empower nerf will slightly tone down the damage over time, but improved animation smoothness keeps things fluid. It's one of the best open world builds for solo gathering, farming or OPR skirmishes. Next we got Rapier with a sword and shield. This is a duelist tank hybrid that no one expects. Rapier offers iframes and the counter windows, while Sword and Shield gives you a real durability. In 3v3 arenas, this build frustrates enemies because it simply doesn't die. Damage will not blow your mind, but your ability to stall fights can win matches. Next we have Musket with the Hatchet. This build is a sniper and finisher combined together. Musket will soften targets while the Hatchet ensures kills. The Shrapnel crit rework will smooth its damage curve, and the Berserker's healing will keep you alive through the trades. It's ideal for players who enjoy flexible reactive combat. Just be ready to master the weapon swapping. Then also we got Warhammer with the Sword and Shield. It is the classic tank build in previous seasons. We got triple rend, fortify stacking and the crowd control for days. Season 10 expanded fortify caps, which makes you even stronger. While damage is minimal, the group utility is unmatched. You'll dictate fights rather than just reacting to them. And finally, we got the bow with the Greatsword. This one is a flexible range to melee hybrid that actually feels cohesive now. The bow weakens targets, while the Greatsword capitalizes with the empowered slashes. Its short-range infix perks finally reward that aggressive swap playstyle. It's great for players who hate being pinned down in just one combat range. Next up we've come to the A tier, and for the first build we have the Blunderbuss with the Greatsword. It got an explosive close quarter dominance. We will start fights with the Blunderbuss burst combos, and then roll into the Greatsword's heavy chains to secure kills. Season's 10 proximity damage infix will boost our weapon's damage. This build is an absolute monster, as everything near you will just get deleted in a second. Next up we have the Spear and the Great Axe. This is an old but reliable war combo. You root, pull and shred, which are fundamentals that never die. Season's 10 Rend Synergy buff gave this setup more relevance in raids and invasions too. This build is predictable but brutally effective, especially with coordinated teammates. Next we have the Flail with the Sword and Shield. Season 10 added longer impair durations and better buff uptimes, by letting this build hold choke points indefinitely. You are evoking Fortress, tossing heals and crowd control back to back. This tank build is not exciting to watch, but incredibly valuable for the structured team play. Next we have the Hatchet with the Rapier. It's fast, reactive and flashy. The Hatchet's Berserk will grant immortality windows, while the Rapier will handle finesse 1v1s. The build punishes greed, so dodge bait then repost, and then finish with the Berserker's heavy chains. It's excellent for solo PvE, or outnumbered fights where mobility will decide everything. Next up we have the Great Axe with the Hatchet, which is an old school brawler build. Gravity Well into the Berserker is still one of the most satisfying combos in the game. With the enraged set adding up to 33% more damage, you'll tear through the PvE bosses faster than ever. This setup still struggles versus mages and the muskets, but few builds will feel as raw and as aggressive as this one. Next we got the bow and a lifestaff build. This is the ultimate self-sustaining hybrid. You can kite endlessly, heal up and punish anyone who chases. Season 10 nerfed a bit of the lifestaff and power boosts, but the bow's Gravity Well artifact will help you to zone and peel. It's forgiving, accessible and efficient, and a lot of players like this one for exploration or the world events. Next up we have the Musket and the Rapier. This build is still the 1v1 archetype that everyone fears. Musket provides surgical precision, while the Rapier covers defenses and mobility. Season's 10 crit consistency makes your damage less RNG dependent. If you enjoy cheese-like PvP, where spacing and reaction timing will decide fights, then this is the one for you. Then for one of the last ones we have the Warhammer with the Greatsword. Warhammer softens with the rending CC, while the Greatsword cleaves through the weakened targets. The new rend stacking system massively increases team-based DPS potential. This is a top tier pick for war frontlines and endgame dungeons. Next up we have the Flail with the Void Gauntlet. This is a build where support meets DPS in a glorious synergy. The Flail's Impair bonus will feed directly into the Void's Empower Drain mechanic. You can heal, buff and deal damage all at once. It's a great choice for players who like contributing to the team's DPS, without being stuck in the backline. And now finally we've come to the bow and the Rapier. It's still the smoothest and most polished build in New World Eternum. The bow will handle long-range engagements, while Rapier punishes anyone who closes in. Season's 10 alternating enhancements will add smaller empower windows that make like attack ability and then another like attack rotations feel incredible. If you can master positioning, then this build will carry you through every form of content. And now finally, we've come to the S tier, and for the first build, we have the Hatchet and the Greatsword. This is the poster child for raw DPS. With the enraged stacks active, Greatsword heavy hits will reach ridiculous amounts of numbers, and Berserk ensures that you stay alive while dishing them out. Add in the stamina refund artifacts, and you can maintain pressure non-stop. In expeditions, it's pure destruction, while in PvP, it can do relentless pursuit. Next we have Greatsword with a sword and shield. This is the frontline anchor of wars. Its sturdy fortification and the counter strike will make you nearly immortal. The Greatsword's heavy sustain pairs perfectly with the shield's block uptime. Your role is simple but vital, so you control space, peel for the healers, and deny enemy bruisers. Every serious war team runs at least couple of these tanks now. Next up we have the Musket and the bow. This build is the long-range king who reclaimed his throne. The Musket's crit-based shrapnel dots will now keep constant chip damage rolling, and the bow's gravity well arrow lets you trap and finish enemies in seconds. Positioning is everything. You use elevation, line of sight, and mobility buffs. You'll dominate open maps, though close quarters will still punish mistakes. Next we have the Blunderbuss with the Musket. This is the most explosive burst combo this season. The Blunderbuss handles close range with devastating bullet spreads, while the Musket secures kills at mid-range. Alternating enhancements and enraged bonuses will sync perfectly for massive 2-second burst windows. You're essentially running a sniper shotgun that can delete anything while not even paying attention. And last but not least, we have the Void Gauntlet with the Life Staff. This is the ultimate meta support healer build. The season's 10 base damage scaling and Empower cap shifts push this into the top tier choice. The Void's debuffs multiply team's damage, while the Life Staff's Fortify and the Cleanse will keep everyone alive. In wars, you're the heartbeat of your squad, while in PvE, you trivialize boss mechanics. With this build, you're not chasing numbers, but enabling everyone else to shine.